That was a hard step one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Walked about a mile or two up the hike bike trail, and decided to cut into the woods. And man, it was you saw it. It was just dense. It was like Vietnam jungle. Finally, hacked my way through it. Crossed a little field, came in on the other side of the little stand of trees here. Really isn't any good spot, so I kind of had to manufacture a spot. So I'm stuck between these two cedar trees, and I went ahead and cleared a bunch of branches. Pulled in some halfway dry firewood. It rained all day. This is going to be a miserable night. It's going to be so cold. I'm going to freeze my butt off. I just know I am. So I'm going to try and get as dry as possible before bedtime. You can hear the cars over here on the highway. They are maybe 70 yards over there, 150 feet maybe. They're pretty dang close. I did venture out of the trees here just a little bit to kind of scout things out a little bit, and you're pretty exposed when you're standing out there, just 10 or 15 feet from here, and you're pretty exposed. But at the same time, I really don't know that anybody's going to be looking over here, and even if they are, I don't know if they're going to care. It might be an oddity. Oh, look, there's a guy out there. Big deal. But who knows? They could call the cops. What I'm most afraid of is starting my fire. Everything here is soaked. It's saturated. I managed to find a few sticks that maybe aren't quite so wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until after dark and start a very small fire. I had hoped, in my mind when I was going through this location, I had this perfect spot envisioned in my head. It was going to have a little mound of dirt, and I was going to do a Dakota fire hole, and it was going to be so cool, and nobody was going to see it, and that didn't work that way. Best laid plans of mice and men, right? But it'll work. We're going to have just a very, very small fire tonight. My hammock and canopy are set up, so you know what time that is, freaks. It is time for a step 2. And today we have a nice big 24-ounce Shiner Bock, which is one of my favorites. I like to drink the kind of, I wouldn't call this a craft beer. It's really not anymore. It kind of used to be, but it's kind of big time now ever since InBev bought it. I like to stay with the small town, the small breweries. But this used to be one, and it's one of my favorites, and they had big boys on sale. So, cheers, freaks. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh man, I've been eating that for about 2 hours. That was crazy good. All right, so talk about my hammock and canopy, or there's my hammock's in there. It's a so I bought a Wise Owl brand, which I don't know what that. It's no good. It's a cheapie. But I bought it off of Amazon, and I bought the hammock and the bug screen, and for like $40 or something, $45. It was a single hammock. It was supposed to hold up to like 440 pounds or something, and kind of quiet because I almost heard a car door. I don't think I did. It sounded like a car door, but I don't think it was. But anyway, it holds like 440 pounds, way more than I need. But it, as a single, it was really narrow. We went camping. I went camping with my boys the other day, and my middle son slept in it, and it was really narrow, and he complained about it a lot. So I was at Walmart one day, and they had of these hammocks on sale on clearance. I should have bought 2 or 3 of them, and I didn't. But they were doubles, and they were rated for like 500 pounds or something. So I used the straps from the Wise Owl, which they're thin, but I kind of like them. They're daisy chained, and I think they're going to be okay straps. I'm using the straps from that one, but I'm using the double that I got on clearance at Walmart. So we're going to see tonight how that goes. This is the first time sleeping in it, so it'll be interesting. Everything out here is just wet. It is going to be a cold, miserable night, I have no doubt. I have not unpacked my sleeping bag yet because I don't want it to get wet. Really hoping later tonight these clouds are supposed to move out, and I think we're getting a little bit of a high pressure system moving in, so it should kind of pull some of this moisture away. I really hope so, or it's going to be a miserable night. So here in a little bit, when it gets a little bit darker, I'll take you out. I'll kind of show you where I am, give you a sense of the whole thing. Just here to the east of me, there's a brush pile, like where they've cleared a bunch of brush and they just kind of dumped it, which was really advantageous to me because then I could dig through there and find some maybe a little drier wood. So that's what I did. I had my saw in my back pocket. I don't want to poke a hole in my tiger's chair. I love this chair. So I kind of had something bad happen this week. When I was growing up, there were, I grew up in a very, very small town. And there were 2 friends. One I had when I was younger, one I had when I was older. And Scott, he was my best friend from the time we were old enough to walk until probably we started to kind of grow apart mid-high school. He kind of went down some dark paths, and I didn't. So we kind of split up, and he had a hard time in life. He found drugs, and it just didn't go well. And he had an accident at work. He was a contractor. He had an accident at work, and he died. It's been 2-3 years now. And then just Friday morning, I got a call from a good friend of mine. Hey, Strifler, how you doing, bud? And he told me that my best friend all through high school had died in a car accident on Thursday. The day before. And his whole family was with him. He had a beautiful young family. 3 little ones and a wife. They were all in serious conditions. He was sorry. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Swerved to avoid some debris in the road, I guess, and hit a bridge pier or a bridge abutment or something. And his wife and one of his kids they were life flighted to Wichita, to a bigger hospital, and his other 2 kids were kept there in the kind of major town there. And I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't. It's one of those things where, we all do it. Lately I find I've been doing it a lot. And And that is, I let the people who used to be important to me, I let them slip away. And I don't hold on to those relationships like I should. And it's burned me now. It's burned me 3 or 4 times. I'm a little thick-headed sometimes, and I don't take hints very well. Ask my wife. And but I got this one. I figured this one out. Finally, and that is, if you have someone who's important to you, if you have someone that you care for, that you love, don't wait. Tell them now. Spend time with them now. Not tomorrow, now. Call up that old friend from high school. How are you doing, bud? You know, go see that friend from college. Go have a beer with that cousin you haven't seen for a long time. You know, just don't wait. Because if you wait, it may not be a later. And it took a lot. It took the passing of my dad. Which was exactly the same way. I had an opportunity the week before he died to spend some time with him, and I was up around his place for work, and I decided, you know, it's just so busy with work and it's so hectic, I'm not going to bother him, I'm not going to bother going up to see him, I'm just going to go home. And 3 days later, he was gone. I could have seen that one last time. You know, I could have easily went down and seen Scott. He wasn't that far away. Maybe I could have helped him, you know. Maybe I could have done something to put him on the right track and get him off the drugs. I definitely should have went up and saw Kevin. So many times I thought about going up there, and I just didn't do it because I was lazy or busy or whatever. You know, we're so good, we're so adept at finding these little things to not do something that we should be doing. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. You gotta go and see those people, man. I mean, these are painful lessons that I've learned. You gotta go see those people that you love. You gotta spend time with those people that you love. You gotta let them know that you love them. You know, tell them every day that you love them. I mean, with all this stuff that I'm going through with my wife, with her cancer, one thing has really hit home, and that is, you gotta love on the people in your life. You gotta love on them hard, because there are no guarantees, man. There are no guarantees. There's no, you know, nobody's giving you a tomorrow. It's a maybe. And you just gotta do what you can to show the people that you love them. That's really what it's all about. Anyway, that's enough of that. Anyway, okay, so this is my very first stealth camp. So this is really cool. I'm very, very excited. It's a bad week, and this kind of helps a little bit in a weird way. It's kind of cathartic to get out here in the boonies all by myself. It's really pretty damn cool. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. But we're going to start when we can. Alright, so I'm going to sign off. And I will log back on here in just a little bit, and we will go take a walk and see what we can see. Love you, freaks.